I'm about to show you 6 ridiculously simple AI tricks that saved me hours of boring, soul-sucking work, including one that's so embarrassing I almost didn't include it. And of course, it's the one that will probably save you the most time and definitely the most aggravation. Over the next few minutes, you'll see how AI can summarize almost anything, even things you can't fully access, how to clean up messy data in your records, how to get AI to do some mathematical and analytical calculations that Excel refuses to cooperate with, how to instantly analyze data and create useful visuals, and how to make sure you don't get doomed in by one of your Zoom calls, and finally, how to get suggestions that are actually helpful, not the kind your friends offer and then make you silently regret asking for. And stick with me, because the last shortcut is the one I never expected to work, but it did, and it was shockingly good. So let's get my mortification out of the way. We've all clicked on the article, loved the first paragraph, and then boom, the paywall or registration requirement. And if you're like me, you're not giving every random website you visit your email address anymore. I used to, but I don't anymore. I can't make AI break the paywalls, let's get that clear, and get you that article, but I can do the next best thing. AI shortcut number 1, avoiding the paywall. Paste the link to the article and write, summarize this article for me, and it will give you a summary in a few seconds. How you can use this. Let the AI tool summarize any long article or document you need to read. It might be behind the paywall, it might not. It might also give you access to information that you might otherwise not be able to see. Although, if I'm being realistic, if it is access to stuff that's behind paywalls, I suspect the paywalls will be fortified shortly. But while it works, I love Excel, but sometimes it can be quite frustrating. And this is the part where the past me would have wasted an hour or more trying to do something that the AI tool can do in a few seconds. AI shortcut number 2, cleaning up messy data. I had a data set with asterisks next to a series of numbers. I needed to sort the numbers with the asterisk and then sum into different groups, but Excel wouldn't recognize any of the numbers. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see the mess of data I was staring at. I was about to start manually removing each of the asterisks when I remembered something a colleague had told me. He said, anytime he has a task he's considering doing, he considers using AI. How can AI help him? So before wasting time manually fixing the data, I pasted the whole mess into the AI tool and said, remove the asterisk. 30 seconds later, I had good clean data to work with. As I was copying the data back into my Excel spreadsheet, a light went off. But I'm getting ahead of myself. How you can use this. Clean up any data so you can analyze it. In my case, it was bridge scoring, but this might work also for invoices, journal entries, supplier payments, any data set that needs work. Now, the next one, honestly, was a real eye-opener, and it's where I had another light bulb moment. And honestly, this changed how I think about Excel, and it's also helped lead me to make a prediction for the future about macros. But I'm getting ahead of myself. AI shortcut number 3. I call this analysis without Excel paralysis. You try and say that fast 5 times. I realized, wait a minute, why am I moving all this data back into Excel? So I just asked AI to totalize it. So I copied the original mess of data with all the asterisks and everything back into AI and asked it to categorize it and tell me how many points I had earned at each step of the way, which is what my sum categories were. Not only did it give me the answers, it showed me the math. It reminded me of being back in high school and college when math teachers not only wanted to see your answers, but they demanded that you show all your work. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see the nice little report it gave me for any duplicate bridge players. This was my data for November before ACBL moved the points from the pending to the actual column. How you can use this data. When you just need a numerical answer, dump the data into the AI tool instead of an Excel spreadsheet and let it do the work. This is almost like an Excel shortcut, except you don't need Excel if you're just looking for a quick answer. Here's my prediction that I mentioned before. This functionality is the beginning of the end of macros. Companies won't get rid of existing macros, but they will start using AI functionality instead when looking to create routines that they would have formerly used a macro for. Now, before we get to the next shortcut, let me ask you something. Are you enjoying this? Are you getting any value from it? If so, hit the like button and watch it dance. And if you're on mobile and you see that glorious hype button, please give it a tap. It won't interrupt your viewing at all. Wait until you see what AI did next without me even asking. AI shortcut number 4. I call this one a picture's worth 1,000 words and other insights. After it gave me that little report that I showed you, it asked me if I wanted a graph of the information. Now, I didn't, but I thought you might like to see it. And so if you're watching on YouTube, I provided a screenshot of what the AI tool gave me. It provided key insights based on the data, and it may be many things that you may miss, or some things. You'll probably get some of them, but it will see things that you just can't see. How you can use this. Anytime you have a data set that needs to be analyzed, try this. Dump it into the tool and see what you can get. For example, you could dump your whole payment file in and ask it any of the following questions. How much do we pay each of our 10 largest suppliers? Which supplier received the greatest number of payments? You could ask it to look for any potential duplicate payments. The list goes on. The more precise you are, by the way, with the questions, the better your answers will be. But it has some real life implications for both work and other things. Now, what you're about to see will make your job and your life easier if you've ever left a meeting thinking, wait, what did I just agree to? This next one's for you. AI shortcut number 5. I call this your virtual note taker. You've probably noticed this, but in Zoom calls, they have a feature that will generate notes during a call. You have to enable it, and I'm going to tell you you should. It provides a clear record of what was being said, and more importantly, who agreed to what. There is one huge caveat when using this. Someone should review it afterwards to make sure it's accurate. It will get the names of people mentioned who are not on the call incorrect, and it doesn't do a great job with industry jargon. That being said, it can save countless hours of someone taking notes and then transcribing them. How you can use it. Reviewing doesn't have to take a long time. Even if you're not currently taking notes, it can be used as a record. And of course, if you currently have someone taking notes, it's a good time saver for them. Best of all, when someone claims they never agreed to do something, you now have the documented proof. Let me ask you this. How often do you find yourself asking for a friend or a colleague for a suggestion and then silently cursing when they give you a suggestion that you won't use either because it's awful or it's just not appropriate? You're probably reluctant to say, no, that's terrible. Can you give me some more ideas? Even if you have a tactful way to ask for additional ideas, you're not going to reject their suggestions 3, 4, or 5 times and then ask for more suggestions. But you can with AI, with no fear of losing their friendship, hurting their feelings, or not having someone to ask in the future because you ignored all their suggestions that they thought were wonderful. Now, before I show you several quick and unexpected ways this has worked for me, a quick check-in here. Are you subscribed yet? If not, let's fix that. Hit the subscribe button to stay ahead of the curve, sharpen your strategy, and maybe even look smarter at meetings. Your future self will thank you. AI shortcut number 6. I call this one the friend or colleague you can't insult. Ask the tool for suggestions on a variety of things. I asked it to get gift suggestions for my husband, who's not the easiest person in the world to shop for. I didn't like the first batch, nor the second, so I asked for a third batch. How many friends could you do that with? Eventually, I got what I thought was one great suggestion, which I would never have come up with on my own. How great was it? Well, I'll let you know after December 26th. I have friends who have used it to help plan vacations, get reading suggestions, or even devise a plan to help them take their duplicate bridge game to the next level. Have you used an AI tool for a really nifty purpose? Let us know in the comments below so we can all take advantage of your insight. How you can use. The questions you can ask are endless. Remember, you don't have to use their suggestions. And if the tool gets it wrong because you were not precise enough with your inquiry, you can revise your question and ask it again and again and again if necessary. So, you're ready to dip your toe in the AI water, but you don't really know where to start. Click on the link that has appeared on your YouTube screen and is in the description to get you started with Microsoft Copilot. You won't regret it.